Hello, welcome back to the channel. Yes, I've got this on two coasters so you can see the glass a little bit better. Excuse me, I figured that out from other videos where you can't really see the glass. Although for some strange reason, the skull mug sitting on just the Madame Meow Meow cork coaster still wasn't high enough. Probably because it's a shorter mug. I'm just going to go with that. Sounds good anyway. Yes, I've got my spooky coffee shirt on, and we're doing Central Waters Brewing Company's Tiramisu Stout Brewer's Reserve Bourbon Barrel Aged Imperial Stout with cocoa nibs, vanilla, and coffee. And usually Brewer's Reserve means it's a special beer. The Art of Barrel Aging. Central Waters Brewer's Reserve collection all began in the early 2000s, helping define an entirely new category of beer. Today, our barrel aging program is largely considered one of the best in the world. And then, of course, the standard government warning. Brewed and canned in Amherst, Wisconsin, so it's nearby. Yeah, here we go. A true pick-me-up. Our Brewer's Reserve Tiramisu Stout captures all the decadence and flavor of the classic Italian dessert. We infused this beer with a custom espresso blend roasted by Emmy Jays in Stevens Point, Wisconsin. Crafted specifically with this brew in mind. We need to find some of that beer as well because I have some coffee that I need to do a review of that was made for a beer. I wanted to say beer company, brewing company. And I really need to get around to reviewing that, but I have several videos already lined up. So after we get those out of the way, we'll do that coffee. But yeah, I would love to find her coffee as well and find out what beer. Oh, wait. Brain F word. This is the beer. I need to find the beer that goes with that coffee that I am going to review. I need to find the coffee to go with this beer. Let's flip that. Being retired is going to be fun, but my brain needs to get used to not thinking about working and concentrating on having fun doing stuff like this. Back to where we were. Its robust coffee backbone gives way to a balanced blend of cocoa nibs and vanilla, offering subtle sweetness and an unforgettable experience for beer and dessert lovers alike. So her coffee has cocoa nibs, vanilla, and cocoa nibs and vanilla. And this was aged in bourbon barrel. So you've got coffee with cocoa nibs and vanilla mixed into a bourbon barrel aged stout. So this is a nice complicated dessert beer. And pardon me for rambling around all over the place like a little old lady, which, well, technically I am, I guess. But I need to work on not being quite so scatterbrained. But yes, we do need to find the beer that goes with that other coffee. We will work on that later. Let's get back to where we were. Today's glass, one of my favorites. Left Hand Brewing, Wake Up Dead Imperial Stout. And of course, this is kind of what we go with on this channel with the alcohols I review because I try to find unique ones. Sometimes spooky, sometimes just different. Because, as Left Hand says, sometimes you're not in the mood for what everyone else is having. And more often than not, I have things on here that not everyone else is going to have. Some people might. I'm not claiming to be the first of everything. There are a few I probably am the first on. But I don't know because the one former beer reviewer who is no longer doing beer reviews, he's just doing beard products and other such things. He's the one basically what I'm trying to say was that who would periodically let me know if I was the first at something. I don't really care if I'm the first at something it's fun every once in a while to know that you found an oddity, but it's not the mainstay of the channel, and I don't look for bragging rights. It's just kind of fun to think, hey, I've actually found one that literally that no one else has tried yet, at least online anyway. Obviously, other people have drank it in the real world, but occasionally being the first one to upload a review for something is kind of cool. But like I said, I don't look for that. I don't look for pats on the back or look for bragging right. Yeah, I found this first. Although every once in a while it's kind of cool to think I might be the first one. And I'm babbling again. Stop it. Concentrate. Back to the beer. And I did a hard pour again. Whoops. But I'll flip this around so you can see. Look at that tan head. It looks like coffee. It really does. It's got a nice coffee with cream color to it. You can smell the bourbon. I love a good bourbon barrel aged stout where you can smell the bourbon straight up. A hint of coffee. Let's see if I can find some vanilla in there. It's hard to tell. It's spring, so my allergies are going to go back to making my nose go from 0 to 60. In other words, between smelling everything and smelling nothing. Or smelling nothing and smelling everything, actually. I'm a hot mess today. We'll just deal with it. Definitely getting the vanilla. And the cocoa. The vanilla, I get the coffee notes first, and then on the nose, and the bourbon, and then when you first sip is the vanilla and the bourbon, and then the cocoa comes up as it warms up in your mouth. You get that cocoa. Mm. This is very nice. Oh, I'm hoping that's not a crack. Oh, this has a scratch on it now. I've had this poor glass forever. Now it's got a scratch. I have to be careful because I put these in my sink, and when because I don't have a dishwasher, and I will be extremely sad if the sink cracks because I bought this at World Market back when they still had cold beer glasses. Please let it just be a scratch. That was a hard, bigger swallow that time. By the time I got the vanilla and the cocoa together, the beer is starting to warm up and the head is dissipating. So I'm getting more of the cocoa. As the head dissipates now, I am getting more of the cocoa up front with the head there. The cocoa was kind of sneaking up, and now it's a little bit more with the vanilla. And the bourbon is definitely there with the coffee. Again, I'll flip this around so you can see. Um, this is very nice. Like I said, I love a good coffee stout. And I've gotten to liking stouts. At first, I wasn't a big stout drinker because, as I've said before, Guinness was not one of the things I liked per se. And my younger son had gotten me interested in Left Hand Brewing milk stouts, and that got me interested in stouts more, with the milk stouts, the Left Hand milk stouts, and then Tractor, and I still haven't. Don't think I've had a Guinness in a while. I may have. Correct me if I'm wrong. Have I done a Guinness on this channel? If I have, please remind me and let me know in the comments down below, because I've done so many over the years since I've started this channel. As I said, it had originally started out as Halloween themed beers, pumpkin, because of that one Halloween party I went to with an ex coworker of mine. Well, he was coworker at the time. He'd gotten me interested in pumpkin stouts, and then that's when I began my journey on finding originally pumpkin, and then it went into the goblin beers, the beer of the dead, and the other. It's like, okay, let's just not do pumpkin. Let's do the Halloween, anything Halloween and creepy and spooky, and find things that fit with the theme of the channel. And then it diverged from there. And I've already made this video too long and rambly and gone away from the subject, but at least now I'm on the subject of beer. So it's been an interesting journey. But to wrap that up, over time, because my younger son got me into milk stouts, I developed an appreciation for stouts, from milk stouts, coffee stouts, bourbon barrel, etc. And then IPAs were an acquired taste as well, and now I'm liking those. I expanded my palate for beer because my younger son had encouraged me, and then and also like I said, a coworker that was into pumpkin for Halloween. Um, thank you, gentlemen. Thank you very much, because it seems to have turned, as I said, almost a mainstay on the channel. I do want to get back into, as I've said before, outfits of the day. I have to find a place to put a mirror. That's the hard part, because this is a more of a loft than a studio, but it's a studio floor plan. So as you can see, that's the bedroom wall, the front wall, the back wall is that way, and I'm in an apartment above an attached garage, so it's got kind of a neat rustic cottagecore barn kind of feel. Oh, and I need to check those chicken patties. I put some not chicken patties in the oven, and I need to flip them. So we need to wrap this up. We're at 13 minutes, and I'm talking way too much. Okay, so yeah, maybe in passing, I will let you know how the knot chicken is. The knot burgers, smash burgers are good. Give them a try. Okay, back to the beer. What was the ABV on this one again? I don't think it said. No, it didn't. And it annoys me when they do that. I am literally spinning this around in my hands. All right. Before I upload this video, I will look on their website and find the ABV and try to remember to put it in the description. If I don't put it in the description, it will be in the comments. But I usually try to get that in one of those two places for you, so you know what to expect in the way of ABV on the beer. Central Waters is a bad one for that, and there are a couple other ones that are local as well that don't always put the ABV. Again, I'm going to guess. I'm going to guess it between 6 and 7% ABV, because beers like that tend to be a little higher. We'll find out if I'm correct. So, again, this is a wonderful beer. It is a nice coffee. It's a bourbon barrel stout with coffee, vanilla, and cocoa. So, again, you've got the bourbon, the vanilla, the coffee, and the chocolate, the cocoa. So, it is a very well rounded, very complex, sweet but not overly sweet beer. Yes, it's a dessert in a glass. It's a dessert beer. It's a hit, definitely. It's not sessionable because, as I've said, these tend to be in the range between 6 and 7 ABV. So take your time with this. Enjoy it. Sip it. Have it as dessert. Heck, if you have the money and the wherewithal and the friends to hang out with to do fancy desserts, have it with a tiramisu. And I haven't said this in a while, but to wrap things up, because this is already a bowl of spaghetti, let's face it. It's a goth bowl of spaghetti with black sauce on it. I'm everywhere and nowhere all at once. Um, if you wanted to do this in a mixed flight, check my library and see if there are other bourbon barrel stouts to mix it with that you have access to. Or you could go with the dessert route. Since it's a tiramisu stout, you could try and see if you can find other tiramisu or just dessert beers in general. So you have a couple different ways you could go with a mixed on this. You could go with the bourbon barrel, with the dessert, it has coffee in it, so you could compare it to other coffee stouts as well. So that's like bourbon, coffee, or dessert stout, just on the basis of those. I wouldn't go into chocolate because it's a side note. So basically, those are good places to start. You could put it with one of those, mix it up. If you're having a party with a theme, you can get this. Try this one. Try some of the other dessert themed beers or the other bourbon barrel stout or coffee. I'm losing my train of thought. I probably changed what I said mid sentence. But yes, mix it up. Try it, compare it, and contrast it with other beers and see what you think. It's a fun beer. I'm going to let you all go. I've already gotten you up to date as to what's going on. But for those of you who will see this video and not other videos, ta-da! I'm officially retired. I am getting Social Security as of this week. It was a little bit early, but my former employer basically did me a favor when it comes right down to it. I received some advice from a family member who doesn't always give good advice, but this time they did. So I applied for Social Security. I will be getting that, and because I won't be working, I'll have a little bit more money to play with. In the net result, I'm not going to go into dollar figures. I won't be making as much income-wise as I was when I was working. $100 or so short, we'll just say that. But considering the fact that I'm not having to spend almost $400 a month in cab fare to go to work, it will balance out. So basically, it's about break even. I'm not doing better than I was like I thought I would be, but I'm breaking even. So at least that in this day and age, in this economy, I will take any win I can get. Breaking even is good. So I'm happy with the fact that I'm making, in the end result, comparable to what I was making. We're still comfortable. We're still on a budget, but that's okay because that's how we are. I didn't say rich goth on a budget now, did I? Or rich goth in general. So we're at 19%. 19%. 19 minutes. About to wrap this up. Yes, give this a try. Mix it with other dessert, bourbon, or coffee themed stouts. And drink responsibly. Take turns driving the hearse. Please take care of all of the other monsters, especially the ones changing form right now. The ones that are in mid metamorphosis need to be protected the most. You all need to be protected, but the ones who are beginning the journey or are in mid journey and can't, and it's important for them to finish the process because you have to, basically, as far as I'm concerned, once you're becoming a moth or a butterfly, you need to finish that process. So we need to protect them, especially while they're in their little cocoons, their little chrysalis, as it were, to make sure that they come out okay. They come out okay, we come out okay. Be the friend, be the family, be the ally that no one else has. And until next time, I love you all. Bye now. Oh, yes. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Bell once, bell twice. Thank you.